Gonna show you how to deploy a Python Django app to Blossom in this video. Let's click on Docs right here. Under Docs, you can see there's a bunch of quick starts. One of them is Python Django. That's what we're looking for. And you can see it says visit the Blossom Quick Starts page. So we're gonna go to the Blossom site here, and then we're gonna choose the Django app and deploy it. So under Quick Starts, we're looking for Django right here, configure and deploy. Now, you can see right here is the quick start form, and it has the target cluster R selected as demo. I'm gonna show you that. I actually created that already. So that's pre-baked, and I just created a demo cluster on Hertzner. And Blossom supports all sorts of different cloud providers you could choose. I just use Hertzner because they're nice and cheap right here. And I already created a server with all the roles in it, so I collapsed every single thing down to one server just to save some money for the demo. But if you want, and it depends on your needs, you can have a separate load balancer server, a separate web server, and then you have basically your resources on individual servers. And the interesting thing is you could kind of collapse it down or expand it out. But on top of that, you can actually deploy multiple applications on the same cluster. So you could really kind of compress everything down if you want to, save a bunch of money, or you could have basically an expanded cluster here or a dedicated cluster for apps. So I'm gonna click on apps. This is just to show you that I already have actually a Python Flask app deployed in this, but I'm gonna use the same server and the same app here or same cluster to deploy this Python Django app by the quick start. So down here in the quick start, you can see Python Django, and then you can see the URL here. You can see it's just a Django app over here in GitHub. There is, it looks like it's a jokes app. So basically it's a database of dad jokes. All right. Next, quick start container registry. So you do need to connect existing container registry. So I'm using Docker Hub in my case here. I'm going to push it to this repository name. And then environmental variables here, you could set any environmental variables you want for it to be used. And the database configuration, so this Django app is database driven. So I have a database right here. I'm gonna show you actually where that database is. I kind of, let me actually click create app first to kind of get this part going, and then click on, once you click create app, it says click this right here to deploy. So I'm gonna start the deploy process and go through that in a bit. But let me show you the database over in the services tab right here, okay? You can see here's this a service running there, and there's a demo database. So what I did was I created this database. It's just a couple clicks and you could create your own database here. And then you could link it to actually apps. So it's linked to the Python app right there. And then what's that's gonna do is that's gonna actually make, let's go to the app right here and click on Django app. And then you click on databases here and you can see it's linked, and it actually creates an environmental variable automatically. So that just is a nice kind of convenience there. And you can see the environmental variable kind of show up here too, okay? So it's the linked database variable, and then you can see all the quick start variables here. But let's go back to that app deployment here. So the app's deploying, and you can see there's kind of a log here. So if you click on that, it shows you the main log. The main log is kind of like the parent log, and then it shows you other logs that are the child kind of server logs. So what's happening is Blossom is going to execute these cluster commands actually across your fleet of servers. Now we only have one server, so you only see one server log here, but when you have multiple servers in your cluster, then you're gonna see multiple logs, and you can see all the logs kind of individually or kind of overall here on the parent log, which is kind of nice. So if you click on this build here, you can see it's actually, it just finished. It just finished pushing the Docker image. But basically it built the Docker image, and I do want to point out in this example, look, there's no Docker file here. So the Docker file is completely optional with Blossom. Blossom is actually going to detect your language and going to figure out what it needs to do in order to deploy and build the right Docker image. And if you want to, you could always actually provide your own Docker file and then customize it and use your own Docker file if you want to do that too. But you don't have to. It's completely optional. Then let's go back to the app log, parent app log here. You can see it went through the release phase, and then it went through the deploy phase. So basically the deploy is where it essentially calls Docker Compose up. So it's actually pretty simple how this works. And then it goes to this manage a domain sync phase. So what it's doing right now is actually creating a short URL. I click on it, you can see the short URL created here. So it's going to be readily available immediately. Basically, once it's finished deploying, you can actually click on it and you can use it right away. And that short URL is has SSL enabled, and HTTPS are enabled. See, the last phase just finished the load balancer proxy. So again, I collapsed every single thing down. order to do this demo, but you click on dashboard, you click on view app, and you can see the Python app is now up and live. And you can see it's a random joke database. I used to play piano by ear, but now I use my hands. Okay, anyway, and then you click view all jokes, and this is all the jokes in the database. You can edit here and everything. This is all database driven here. This is a full Django app deployed onto your server via Blossom here. That's how easy it is to deploy everything onto to Blossom here. Okay, cheers.